I want to take you guys a step further. I'm going to create a bigger planet. I want to create this an icy planet. So again, I like to outline the stencils that I use. That way there's no need to cover the whole sheet. You'll see a lot of spray paint artists out there. It's just a waste of paint. So I like to just outline the planet. That way I know where to concentrate my paints at. In this case, I'm going to use some blue. Now I'm doing the opposite here again, guys. I'm using the dark color first and then the white. This is one of those rare occasions that I ask you to do that. I mostly do it on planets. Any other time I would tell you to do the opposite. Right, very simple. Get a magazine sheet and just remove some of that white. I like this effect because it makes it look like there's clouds. See? You leave the clouds and then the water's underneath. Like planet Earth. That's why I use the reverse on this one. Otherwise, the planet would be entirely blue and you remove most of the spots, leaving some white. So in this, the spray right here and the mist is just kind of falling onto the planet by itself. Well, I'm going to cover a little bit more, just like so. And I'm going to cover it just right there. Alright, now this is going to be, like I said, an icy terrain. So, let's put our white first. And then I'm going to put my blue on top of that. This is what I use to create icebergs. Now then, I am going to create a mist around the planet, but I'm not going to create it using the same technique we used on the other painting. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to cover everything in black. Yep, including some of these down here. Alright. Let's create the stars. So, a little bit of red. Just like so. A little bit of orange in the middle of that. Okay. And some yellow. Just like so. Now then, for this bottom part, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Just like so. And I'm going to use a magazine sheet. Now if you believe this part is already dry, or drying, use some clear coat on top of it. Clear coat is very important, guys. It'll keep your painting moist. Now see how I'm doing that? With the magazine sheet, I just come in, scoot upwards into the planet, and then bring down. Peak of the magazine. So I come in, and then I scoot down, just like so. That way, it looks like you're creating little peaks. Alright. And there's more advanced techniques, guys. In this DVD, we're showing you the basics of how to spray paint. As we move on, I will show you more advanced techniques on how to create more realistic terrains. But it's good to learn from the basics. That way, you learn different techniques. Maybe you'll be able to come up with your own techniques. Okay, good. Just like that. See, I'm making just little peaks, little mountain peaks. Now then, now that we have that done, crystal. Alright guys, for this next one, I want to create a grid, a space grid. It's something you'll see in a lot of beginner spray paintings. And it's very simple. I'll tilt this just a little so you can see. I'm creating a straight edge, a straight line with my straight edge. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some blue. Just like so. And I'm just going to go all the way down. And see how I'm just fading it from dark blue to white? And I'm going to fill in that space that's white underneath. Okay, look at that, and that just gives it that perfect icy look to rain. Now to create a space grid with your spraycasso tool and a straight edge, you want to just put your tool down and go downwards. Find the point of a vanishing point. In other words, just find a point in your drawing, and then you want to make all your grids come out of that point. And once you have that, you're going to want to come in and do the same thing, but this time you want to go across, and that'll create that square tile grid that we're looking for. Good. Now let's create a little city here in the middle. The way to create that is using the spraycasso tool. We come in and we scratch, and just scratch what you think, maybe a space castle will look like, or maybe a little space city. See where the dark spot is? Well, that's exactly where I'm going to spray to create. See that? Looks like a little force field. That's how you create those guys. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this technique. Don't forget to sign your spray paintings. And there you go, folks. Now you've learned to create a bigger planet, little space castle, some Rocky Mountains, and the grid. Now the Rocky Mountains just give your painting that extra dimension to it, more realistic. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys are ready for the next one, grab your spray paints. Let's begin.